everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Yes, okay, so this is gonna be a little bit different. We aren't doing a huge build this time. We are going a little bit smaller, but way cozier, way I don't know, more close to home, because really my other ones have been just way too big. There's been parts. I think the most recent one I just had was 3 parts long, but if you are curious to know what that one was, it was just like a Hogwarts slash like castle slash manor type of build, and I loved it so much. There is such cool lore behind it, so if you haven't checked that out or you're new to the channel, hi, how are ya? You can go look on the top right of the screen if you are curious and go take that little look. Go take a little look, because it's awesome, and I think you might like it if you like a little bit of magic. Now, this clearly is not magical at all. It is a campground, it's a trailer home, it's something that I love traveling in, not when you're trying to drive all the way to Florida. I live in Canada, and driving to Florida in a motorhome that literally was made in 2002, that has no air conditioning, doesn't want to go above like 50 kilometers, or what is that everywhere else? Because we have like 50K. What, I guess, hold on. Ta-da! It's 31 miles per hour. So if you know, this guy doesn't want to move, right? Ours, at least in person. My mom has called it like Betsy. It has a name. I don't know if your parents have, or if any of you guys have a motorhome, but my mom likes to call ours Betsy, and it has become a famous name. And all of my friends who have been in Betsy, or if we've taken them on like a trip, everyone's like, so when are we going in Betsy again? She smells like old people. She moves like an old person. She's got a lot of character to her. But you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. But this one is gonna be a little bit more, I guess, modern on the inside, but still kind of cozy. So really it looks like maybe just something brand new, but I did add a bunch of stuff that we have on our motorhome. At least we used to have like a little tent, like trailer thing that you had to like kind of like put it up. I'll try and stick in a photo if I can, of kind of something that we used to have, but it used to have a stove on the exterior of the actual trailer itself. So I wanted to actually put that in the build. So you will see me where that big window is. So we're gonna be putting like a little stove top, which I think is really, really fun, and I thought it would pay a little bit of homage to my, to Betsy, to her. But even before Betsy, I'd say like before Betsy, like before Betsy. But before Betsy, we had just the car, and my mom always made it like her duty to always drive us, me and my sister, or my sister and I, to Florida for like every year, just for like a week, just kind of go out there, drive, and on our way we would stop to go see every single like KOA kind of, and we haven't done that in forever, but I love it. And we used to be stuck in like a little SUV driving to Florida, and then we finally got Betsy, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of a little bit peeved, because there was something nice about just driving in a SUV, how many bloody hours just to go to Florida and be there for like 2 nights and then drive all the way back. But you know what? It was the experience. I don't know if we've had like a bunch of crazy different like stories. I'm sure there was a lot, but I was really young. There was always like a campground that I would always go to, and it was my favorite, and we haven't gone in a bit since the pandemic, so I'm really sad about that. But yeah, I think there was one time actually, I can't remember where we were per particularly. There was somewhere with like a lot of mountains. Doesn't really help my case, does it? Okay, well, there was somewhere with like a bunch of, hills, and my mom was like by the fire. My sister and I were actually like, I can remember this distinctively, we were like doing belly flops in the pool, and we were having like a test with all the other kids, and it was so much fun. My stomach hurt like a but it hurt a lot. But anyway, I remember my mom, when we got back, she told us this. She was sitting by the fire, and she just heard some like brushes in the book, and she's like, well, this is it for me. And then she turns around and she sees a deer not even like a foot away from her, just looking. She had like some s'mores, and she puts them on the floor. The deer was kind of like but it eventually like took the s'mores and like ran off. But that happened to my mom, and I thought it was so cool. You only see like deer at the zoo or like at Santa's Village, wherever you guys kind of go, but like I see deer out in the field when I'm driving because I live in the middle of nowhere. But my mom got to see it, and she was so close to like a wild deer, so I thought that was really cool. We get like a lot of deer around here, but it's mostly like coyotes. You can hear a lot of coyotes at night, and like waking up to like a loon. I don't know. I guess the people from I'm from Canada, but I guess the people that are not from Canada don't know what I'm talking about. But there's a loon. Like we have loonies and toonies. That's like our money kind of thing, like $1 and $2. We just call a loony and a toonie. Anyway, a little Canada education, if you will. You're welcome. But we have toonies and loonies, and there's a loon, and it's like a little bird, and kind of like a duck. I don't know, but it makes this like really nice sound. So I miss that every time you're camping. You can hear that. But my dad recently moved, and we're by like some water, like a lake kind of thing, and it is so peaceful because there's nobody around. But keep in mind, it gets a little bit boring. I'm not gonna lie, but that's fine because now we can be one with nature, because every time I wake up, I get to hear a loon kind of just like do its calls in the morning, and that is like my rooster waking up, and I love it so much. It's so nice. It's just so peaceful. Minus hearing the coyotes running around like crazy the night before, but waking up is so nice. It's so good. But I don't know, have you had any crazy stories when it comes to camping? Because I know a lot of people like doing like spooky stories, and I guess this is kind of like our little campfire. We can talk, we can share our stories, and God only knows what has happened. There's been a lot of things that happened. Like one time my mom, drama, my mother, she had a friend, and we were in, where were we? I think we were in Florida. I think we were on our way back from Florida, but we were like close to Florida. And keep in mind, we're in Canada, okay? And there was a person with us, and my mom sent them home from Florida. Keep in mind, my mom is the one with the trailer. My mom is the one driving us. This other person didn't have a car. They didn't have any way of going home, but my mom kicked them out and said, go home. How are they gonna get home from Florida? I still don't know how they got home, because I know like 2 weeks later, my dad saw them and started talking with them, but I'm like, what even? My sister and I were super young, and we like came back, and we're like, where is, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, well, I told them to go home. I was like, what do you mean? So we had no idea. To this day, I was probably like 14, 13. I'm 21 now, and I still have no idea how we got home. But how, I have no idea. But I'd still like to know. My sister and I thought when they were gone, we were like, oh, they're gonna come home, they're gonna come back in the middle of the night and like murder us or something. We're like, way to go, Mom. We're gonna die now. So my sister like put stuff in front of the door. She locked it nice and good, and she's like, nobody ain't getting through this door. So it was crazy. But do you have any crazy stories, you know, relating to camping? Because I love camping. I hate the mosquitoes though. Mosquitoes can go away. I don't even know why they're on this planet. I think there was like a thing that I read that there is no reason that, you know, mosquitoes should be existing, like should be a thing. Like why why are mosquitoes a thing? This doesn't make any sense, you know? So I really don't like them. They're really bad by my mom's house. Like, I think they live in the tree, or I don't know if it's because of the pool or what the story is, but there is so many. And I remember when I was younger and I would be like in our old tent, but there would always be like some mosquitoes that would come through, and I kid you not, I would have like 30 bites on one leg and like 42 bites on another, and it was so bad. It was awful. Every time, if I was in the trailer and someone went out and they didn't close like the screen door, I was like, oh my god, close the door. And my mom would be like, relax, Jamie, it's fine. I'm like, no, Mom, this is awful. But I noticed that I haven't even talked about the build yet. Oh my freaking god, Jamie, okay. I'm so bad at these. I get so distracted, but here, I wanted to have a lot of more open concept. This build is kind of really small, but I wanted it to seem a lot bigger because, you know, it's a little tent, it's a trailer home, so it's not really that big. Mine, Betsy, I'm sorry girl, but you are not this big. But it's okay, I still kind of like you. We put some new freshener in you so you smell a little bit better, so I guess I can say that you're okay. But, you know, I'm sure this one goes a little bit faster because this one is hooked up to a truck, so I automatically like this even more. It's okay. I really do like this build. Again, like I said, it's more open. I wanted to seem a little bit more cozy. There's a lot more whites and very bright. That's what I mean by I felt like it was kind of more modern, but it still had that cozy feel. But personally, I think this build is super duper cute. So if you like this video, thank you so much for watching, and please maybe consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you all later. Bye guys.